Welcome to Google Page One Takeover. I am Ben Miller with Market Masters Institute, and I am so glad to have you for this course. Now, I have broken this course up into lesson chapters, into sections, easier to digest, easier for you to do over a course of time instead of just sitting down and doing it all at once. You can do it that way if you want to. It's also great to be able to go back and reference certain sections, certain subject matters if you get stuck somewhere down the road and like, what was that? Boom, there it is. When I first learned the secrets, I mean, a lot of people like to pitch, come inside and I'll tell you the secrets. Like, these aren't secrets, but they are skills that aren't well known. And when I first learned these skills, it was like literally, why didn't I think of this before? I hope that by the end of this course, your reaction will be the same thing. I always think of magicians and illusionists when I teach this course. Matter of fact, at one time, I did call this course the Magician's Code. And the reason is, you have used Google, you have used YouTube, you have been on social media, you've got Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, whatever. And what I show you in this course is like, is this your card? And you're like, yes, that's my card. It's just so amazing. Every time I get to do this course with people, I love the reactions that it actually really does work. I'll give you real life, real world, real time examples right inside this course. I'm excited. Let's get started. So you say, Ben, how in the world am I going to take over Google's Page One? Is it going to be with a bunch of money, sponsored ads, a lot of search engine optimization, and like, is this some trick for me to pay you, or you, the viewer, the realtor, to pay me, Ben Miller, to do it for you? No. I'm going to teach you how you, within 24 hours, with one video, can take over Page One of Google search. And after we do it, you're going to be able to do this with other videos as well for other searches. First, we're going to have people find you. Now, let's go back and just look at what I'm talking about, get a better understanding. Check this out. What do you think are the top most visited websites? I went and looked at the numbers. The most recent that I could get a record of was January of 2024. So let's check that out real quick. In January 2024, top 3 most visited websites are Google, number 1, YouTube, number 2, Facebook, number 3. I doubt that you're surprised by these. Google is kind of a given. Like, Google is not just a noun. Google is a verb now. It's worth a Google. Like, hey, Google that, right? Well, that's what we say. We don't say search that. Actually, I did hear some middle school boys say, search it up. Gave me a little hope. But my generation and you, we say, Google that, right? Number 2, did that surprise you? I doubt as many people, I don't think that many people are surprised, but maybe a little bit, that YouTube is number 2 in the most visited websites. And the number 3, I bet there's plenty of you watching this that are like, yeah, that's exactly how I would have thought. But let me show you this. I'm going to show you the actual numbers and see if anything in there surprises you. Look at that. Now, again, I don't think most people are surprised that Google is not only the number 1 most visited website, but that they got 172 billion website visitors. because the nature of their website is just a search engine. You just pull it up, you just search. It gives you search results. That's how it works. I would guess that people are actually somewhat surprised at that number that YouTube has, though. Almost 109 billion viewers, not viewers, visitors to YouTube in 1 month. And then look at the drop off from YouTube to Facebook. And here is the part that most of you already know. Google owns YouTube. Now, technically, as Google grew, they created a parent company called Alphabet. And Alphabet owns Google, and Alphabet owns YouTube. They are more than happy to share their data with each other. For what it's worth, Instagram was, they have a little bit, somewhere between 8 and 9 billion website visitors. And Facebook is also ownership with Instagram. They did the same thing that Google did, where they created a parent company called Meta, META, and Meta owns Facebook and Instagram, other ones as well. But Facebook and Instagram, they shared stuff together. They're in the top 10 of visited websites, monthly websites. And then obviously you saw, I just pull it up one more time. Ready? Look at those numbers. With so many people visiting Google monthly, that means that there's a lot of businesses and a lot of people competing for that space, right? Like I said earlier, there are multiple ways for you to show up on page one. Now, if you show up on page one organically, which is what we're going to do today, but I mean without doing what we're doing today, then hats off to you. That is awesome. But what we're going to do today is a guarantee for a specific scenario. Have I said I love this? I love this. Without having to wait months to build up your search engine optimization with the right keywords and the searches and all that stuff, we get to bypass what so many other people have to do to go through and to pay money for by doing what we're doing today, by utilizing that partnership between YouTube and Google. With one simple video that we're going to record and upload to YouTube, that will make you rank on page one of Google when somebody searches for you. Coincidentally, you'll also show up when people are searching in YouTube. But Google, we know, no matter what age, people are looking up these things on Google. So what is that video? How do I do it? Let's go to the next lesson. The first thing that you need to know is, what are the 3 pieces to successful YouTube videos? Let's bring a slide deck up real quick. So the 3 pieces to successful YouTube videos is research, uploading, and promotion. Research is best described as, we know what research is, but research on this subject matter would be, in my opinion, 2 parts, two different ways on the same road. So the one way to do research before making a YouTube video would be on a subject matter, like the content of the video is going to be something that you know, some knowledge, some skill, some news, some information, something that you want to tell other people. So the research would not be on the content, it would be on the audience. You know what you want to talk about. I have done a lot with veterans and active duty military members over the years, VA loans and housing and appraisals and all sorts of stuff. So let's say I wanted to share some new information about a VA appraisal, late breaking news. You no longer need to scrape and paint anything ever. Yay! Please don't clip that. That's not real. I just made that up. But if I had that information and I wanted to get that information out to the people who would be the most receptive of that information, I'd start doing some research. So I already know real estate agents and realtors would definitely want that information. So that's good. They're going to be in my audience. Active duty military members, people who need to, you got a PCS, every so many years, permanent change of station. If you don't know what that means, that's when an active duty service member has to move from one base to another. And they do that multiple times throughout their military career. Or veterans, retired military members, people in the National Guard. Like there's a whole bunch, but you can see how it's still all the same thing. So I do research on the audience. The other way is if you know who you want to talk to, you know who you would like your audience to be, then you research content, subject matter, news, information, skills, knowledge that would be pertinent to the person that you want to talk to. So one way, you know what you want to say, and so you do the research on who wants to hear this. The other way is you know who you want to talk to, so you do the research on what do they want to hear. Does that make sense? There's a lot of different ways to do the research. That's not what this is about. We're going to skip over. Let's go back to that. We're going to skip over number 2 and go right to promotion. Now, promotion really seems obvious. If you are a realtor, you know all about promotion. Self-promotion, right? If people don't know you, they can't flow you. That's something that my mentor says all the time. What he means by that and what I mean by saying that is this. You can have the best video in the world, the most important content information possible, but if people don't see it, then, what good is it? So promotion, there's all kinds of ways to promote a video. Other social media platforms is one of the best ways inside of Facebook groups. Share it personally, have friends and associates share it. You can pay to promote it. There's other things that you can do like that. I'm not going to get into everything, but that's the basis of promotion. Today, in this course, we are going to focus on uploading. In the next lesson, we're going to learn another 3 pieces. They're the 3 steps to uploading successful YouTube videos. Let's get into that class now. You may think, uploading a YouTube video, I really need somebody to tell me how to upload a YouTube video. Don't I just go to YouTube, select my video, and upload it? No, because that would be a course called How to Upload YouTube Videos. That's not this course. Remember, we had the 3 pieces to successful YouTube videos. So just like there were 3 pieces to successful YouTube videos, there are 3 parts to upload a YouTube video. Let's check them out here. You ready? So uploading videos to YouTube. Number 1 is the title. Number 2, the description. Number 3, tags, not hashtags. It's very, very important to understand when I say tags, I'm not just saying some old school boomer Gen X millennial way of saying hashtags. Hashtags are different. Tags are different from hashtags. And once we get to the part about them, I'll teach you what they are. Let's start with number 1, the title. When you write a title, you want to focus on one keyword phrase that you want the video to rank for. I'll explain that in a second. But YouTube has a 100 character limit for your title. What we have found is that it's best if you keep the character count under 70. It's important to focus on one keyword phrase. Look at these examples I have down here. This phrase is exactly 70 characters and the maximum for a YouTube title. So that sentence is exactly 70 characters. And do you know how I know that? I don't know that by counting, because every time I counted 71. But you can actually Google character counter. And there are several options that it'll pull up, but you're able to plug in. So you've got an idea of something that you want to be a title. You can go to a character counter, type it in, and see where you land. You don't want it to be too short, but you definitely don't want to go over 70. The reason you don't want to go over 70 is because most people are going to be, I'm going to grab this, on their phone. And if you're on your phone and you have a title that's more than 70 characters, it'll cut it off. You ever seen, like, probably most of the time we see this on Facebook, where it'll say see more or more, because somebody typed a whole bunch of stuff and you don't get to see it all. Well, that amount that you get to see, the number of characters that you get to see, varies based on what you're viewing it on. So when you're on a computer or on an iPad, it's going to be different than if somebody's on a phone. So that's where that 70 character limit comes in. All right, let's look at these other examples. Here's an example of a good title. Tennessee First-Time Homebuyer Grant offers up to $6,000 for free. That's an actual program here in Tennessee, and that is a title with a character count under 70 characters. 10 creative ways to save for down payment to buy a home in 2024. Now, when you're looking at these, they might seem a little simple. So if you'll go back up there and look at what I said, right there, it says best to stay under 70 characters and focus on one keyword phrase. So when I say keyword phrase, look at this stuff right here. Can you see the keyword phrase coming out of these? If I am a first-time home buyer, if I am searching in Google, people ask questions. In YouTube, people typically will ask, like, how do I? Where do I? Is there? Can I? Things like that. So going back over to it, first-time homebuyer who's in Tennessee, who's looking for help to buy the home, down payment assistance, we'll call it. When they ask a question, this title has just the right amount of description that is a full keyword phrase. Or how about, I need to save money for a down payment to buy a home this year. Well, if it's 2024, 10 creative ways to save for a down payment to buy a home in 2024 is an amazing keyword phrase to use as your title. Does that make sense? Hopefully, as we go to these other two parts, they'll kind of coincide and coexist and intertwine with each other so that they support each other and it'll make more sense. So let's look at the next one. Description. There is no limit to space on descriptions. Use your keyword phrase again and put a link to other videos that you want people to see, or at least put a link to your website, to your landing page, whatever it is you use in the description. Now, here's the thing. There's no limit. So you could write a novel if you want, but YouTube prefers just a few sentences. So what they prefer. Again, call back to the keyword phrase. You can get a little bit more descriptive, but don't try to write a video description the same way you would write a property description for a listing. Y'all use some words in there sometimes and some descriptions that I go, what in the world is this thing? And it ends up being a single wide trailer. But it was open concept. You know what I mean? The dumber the better, maybe not too dumb, but when you're writing descriptions for stuff like this, any kind of ad copy, this has been tested and scientifically proven. 5th grade reading level is where you want to be at. I'm not kidding you. Doesn't mean that people are dumb, but that has proven to get the most and best response and interaction and engagement and closed deals is to write descriptions, write your ad copy, write everything at a 5th grade level. So that is how to do the description. Let's go on to the next one. Tags, not hashtags. This is how YouTube knows exactly what the video is about. This is how you tell YouTube what the video is about. And you might be thinking at this exact moment, like tags though, like hashtags. Again, no. Here in a moment, when we actually after I record the video, I'm going to show you exactly how to upload the video. And when I do that, you'll see with your own eyeballs what I'm talking about, where tags are found, how you create the tag. So limit yourself to 15 tags. Don't go crazy. The tags could be tags about the video, your channel, your brand, yourself, and then your competitors. A good way to break this up is 555. You've probably heard that in a bunch of different acronyms, but in this instance, it will be 5 tags that are specific to the video, 5 tags about you, your brand, your channel, and then 5 tags about competitors. Now, what do I mean when I'm talking about competitors? So why in the world would you want to do that? Here's why. If someone, and I'm using the word competitor loosely, but if someone is doing well with YouTube videos in the real estate space, especially locally to where you are, then you are able, with what I'm about to show you, to see what tags they're using and use a couple of their own tags. Because if they're doing well, if they're ranking high on their video for the tags that are in those videos, and you use some of the same ones, then you're going to come up in some of their searches, and you're also going to show up for people that have already watched their videos. So you could be in, like, say somebody you could tag people also. You could do, Property Brothers, Ryan Serhant. Like there's people who watch HGTV videos. You could see their tags, put a couple of those in your video, in your tags up in your video, and you could be the next, the video that auto plays after somebody watches that, or you could be in their suggested videos after somebody watches one of those. Real quick, I'm going to show you these tags here. So some example tags for a home tour video. So say you did a home tour video. I pulled this one out of a neighborhood in Nashville known as Nob Hill. So when you're creating a tag, and when I show you that, how you do it is everything before the comma is the tag. So homes for sale, 37209, that's the zip code there, comma, that's one tag. Nob Hill homes for sale, comma, another tag. Nob Hill, Nashville, Tennessee, comma, 37209 Realtor. I don't know if these make total sense to you, but hopefully that's starting to click. When I am looking for houses and I'm trying to figure out neighborhoods and things. Maybe I was on Zillow and I saw this and I saw that, and it's like, somebody described it as it's in the Nob Hill neighborhood, and I thought that was nice. Now, or even creepier, there's so many data points that Google and YouTube and all of the social media and websites have on us that if a person were to, say, visit an open house in that neighborhood, well, these videos, if they have the tags for that neighborhood, are going to start showing up in their suggested videos. Is it creepy? A little bit, but that's how it actually works. So let's go back in there real quick. So remember, 5 tags specific to your video, 5 tags about you, your channel, your brand, and then 5 tags about competitors. And here is what I mean when I'm talking about being able to look up other people's tags. There is software called vidIQ. And if you don't know what an extension, a web browser extension is, I use Chrome, Google's web browser. And so inside of Chrome extensions, there's thousands and thousands of extensions. And what they are is they're helpers. Like they do certain things for you when you're on certain websites. So what vidIQ does is, if you have it installed as an extension in your web browser, when you go to YouTube and you're looking at a video, I'm not saying it's your video, but a video, period, on the right-hand side, you'll see all sorts of different information about that video that you're watching. And one of the things is the tags that video is using. So here we have, I pulled up a video. It was a real estate agent in Nashville, and these are all the tags that they were using in their video. And if you see that on the bottom, you'll see 2 of the tags have little blue numbers. Nashville housing market, number 2. Tennessee housing market, number 4. That means that of all the videos on YouTube with Nashville housing market as a tag, this video is ranking number 2. Same thing for the other tag. They're ranking number 4 for that tag. So if this is a competitor of yours, if this is another agent in your market, those 2 tags would be great tags to throw in your video. Now, I also saw people, when I was looking at different videos for this course, I saw people with their own branded tags inside there, like their name or something about their business. I didn't want to show you that because I don't want to really promote someone else in this course. I just wanted to show you what the tags are and how they work. So not only can you put tags in your video about your video, but you can kind of piggyback off of other videos that your clients or the people that you want to be showing your videos to are watching. Like you can pull the tags out of those and be able to show your videos to those people. I just think this is one of the coolest things ever. So let's go into the next lesson.